Yeah.
So welcome everyone to the Hayek podcast, and we're here today inaugurating this week Hayek Global College Program, the American college program where we transfer students to the United States. And I have a guest today, which is from Kentucky State University, all the way from United States, Kentucky. He came to visit Brazil, and his name is Eric Yang. Welcome, Eric.
Thank you so much for being here. Very happy. This is my very first time to Brazil. Very first time to Hayek.
And you're from China originally, right?
Yes, originally from China. Me, myself, was the international student in the U.S.
So tell us a little bit about Kentucky State University. If we can get the logo of Kentucky here on the screen, that would be helpful too.
Great, yeah. So my name is, once again, my name is Eric Yan. I'm the Associate Vice Provost of Global Strategies and International Affairs. So I'm doing the international partnerships, international admission, international student services, Fulbright, visiting scholars, study abroad, and we do everything to serve the community. For Kentucky State University, it has a long history. It was established in 1886. So it is called HBCU, which means Historical Black Colleges and Universities. It was first established for black people to be teachers, I believe. I'm not so sure. But anyway, so it is the also a 1890 land grant institution. Right now, Kentucky State University, it is the public land grant comprehensive research university. You may know that the Kentucky State University, as I said, HBCU, initially is for black people, colored people, but right now is we welcome students from all backgrounds, from all the world, everywhere. So right now, I think the ratio is almost 50-50, almost 50-50. And Kentucky State University, right now, we have slightly over 100 international students, international from this one, let's say 106, okay? These 106 students represent 27 countries around the world this fall.
You have 27 students from around the world?
106 students representing 27 countries.
106 international students representing 27 countries in Kentucky State.
In Kentucky State University. We are a small university, I mean in size, because you know that in Kentucky, there are 9 public universities. In size, Kentucky State University is the smallest one. We have over 2,000 students, but we have 106 international students. However, in terms of research, Kentucky State University is the third among the 9, not the smallest one.
So you for a research ranking, you're the third university, public university in Kentucky.
Yes.
That's amazing. And tell us a little bit more about that. What's the most what type of research are the professors doing there?
We are a land grant program university. We have agriculture. So agriculture, we have environmental studies and biology, animal science, nutrition, and so on and so forth. And also, I'm very proud to say that our aquaculture program is a world well-known program. And in the United States of America, our aquaculture program ranks number 3, sometimes number 4, sometimes number 3. It is the best, one of the best in the country.
In agriculture.
Aquaculture.
Aquiculture. That's like
a fishery.
Oh,
yes.
Cool.
It's
like a fish farming.
Right, farming. We have farmers. So not only do the research, teaching, but also do the extension.
Amazing.
Yes. And we have 8 master degree programs, 3 associate degree program, and 1 doctoral degree program. And we are working on a new PhD program in agriculture and engineering.
And that's agriculture.
Yeah.
Okay. and engineering. Very, very interesting. And what is student life like in a Kentucky State University?
Well, we are proud of our team working on the student life. Is the very rich variety of activity for students. I would not to tell you, more about the others, campus lives. I will focus on international, okay? Because I'm doing international. So
Of course.
yeah, we are working hard, and actually we did. Okay, create a home away from home for all the international students. Because international students come to the United States, they are not only come here to obtain a degree, they are also to learn and experience the culture. So we try to create the environment for them to best to experience immersively the American culture. In the same time, in the meantime, we encourage our international students to bring and share their own culture with our community. With the community. This is, cultural experience. This is inclusion. This is multicultural inclusion on campus. For example, year-round, we have year-round activities for the students to interact with the local domestic students and domestic students together with international students.
Amazing.
Yeah. For example, we have later on we will have the Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving around the world. I named it as Thanksgiving around the world. Everyone from different places, from different countries, from different background, they celebrate. However, it's just a name. Many countries do not have Thanksgiving. However, they do have different or in different name festival to celebrate their culture, to celebrate the for example, harvest. Okay, like in China, the Moon Festival, they celebrate harvest. Okay, or to give thanks to your special people. At this event, we have different food from different countries for people to taste, to know their food culture, and also have performance, music, and so on and so forth for the international students to present their unique culture and also to share with them.
Amazing. And you were an international student yourself.
Yes,
right?
me myself that's a long time ago. I know that's what exactly international students need, their specific need that demands.
And what is it like? So I was an international student too, and I was curious to understand. Someone coming from a different country sometimes is going through a culture shock, and things are done differently in the country. And what do you think are the most important things that a university should do to receive these students well?
Well, first of all, you should have the create a welcome, supportive, family-like home away from home for these students. Let's international feel they are one of us. Yes, they are, and the sense of belonging, sense of ownership. To do that, you must have the culture, okay? Because as you said, culture shock. Different country from different people from different countries, they have different cultural background. To here is maybe very popular, but maybe not in their country. This is acceptable, but maybe not in that country. Okay, and especially the academic culture shock. For example, some students, international students, come here, they failed in a grade, but in their home country, they are the top students.
Yes.
But because the academic culture shock, they may think these students plagiarize, but actually it's not, because that's why we not only to support the students, but we need also to support our faculty to give them workshops to learn different culture, to support our international students, how we work with our international students. We do have series of workshops for our faculty and staff to learn. For example, we have different topics, how you work with Indian students, how you work with African students. I will have a general one as when East meet West, the culture shock.
Right.
I have talked about the plagiarism. I can give you example.
What is an example? What
Let
happens
me
with
give you an
plagiarism?
example. Okay.
Yes.
When I was the international student, I was the only or the first Chinese student in the department.
Okay.
Okay. Then the second year we have a new one. So I was, very familiar with the professor. And one day the professor came to me. He said, "Oh, this student got to the field. They want him to have the makeup test, second one." And they said the plagiarism. I said, "Why is that?" Because that is the online course. The faculty was in Australia and taught online. And they have the paper test. In those days, paper test. Then they emailed it. Then the reason gave him fail, excuse me, gave F. That's because the professor thought he cheated. Because he copied exactly the same from the textbook. I said, "Oh, this may not be cheating. This may not be plagiarism. Why? Because Chinese students worked very hard, and they were taught the answer is the more exactly like the textbook, the more the higher grade you can get.
Right.
They can memorize. So they can memorize, they can write it as exactly as it appears in the textbook. So to the American professor, I said, "No, how can you do that?"
So you actually, the Chinese students were actually memorizing the text
Right.
from the textbook,
From the textbook.
and putting it
And
straight
putting
to the test.
test the paper.
And the American professors were looking at that, and they were
Yeah.
like, "This can't be true. You probably
Right,
looked at the notebook.
Right, you copied from the book.
You copied from the book and you cheated."
You're cheating. Yeah. So this is the culture. So that's why when you're a professor working with students, you also need to learn the students' culture,
Yes.
to know the background.
Yes.
This is how you best work with individuals, international students. That's why the university needed to have some workshops, seminars to work together.
To explain what plagiarism means
yes.
and what
also,
to do with
at the same time, we also need to have some workshop to help the students to understand the American culture. What is plagiarism? Okay, even if you copy, you need to like paraphrase the different, or you need to have like a quote. But the students do not know. They just answer. This is what I learned.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Very, very interesting. And I bet that's a challenge when you have 27 different countries
Yes.
in a single place.
Right, and especially we are growing. So in the past we only have like around 20 students. We are growing so fast, and in the past we only have from 5 countries, now growing to 27 countries, almost every continent.
You have every continent in the world.
Yes.
Do you have Brazilian students?
We have one. But the student is not a regular student. She is on H4 because her husband is an employee there. She's from Brazil. We have one from Chile. We will have one from Argentina.
And why is Kentucky State interested in receiving more Brazilian students?
Well, let's say Brazilian is unique. The culture is also unique. Okay, you have your local culture, and also can be traced back to Portuguese, right? And right now we are all in the global village. Right now the world is flat. We're in a small global village, so people need to know each other, to learn from each other. And Hayek is a brand new college. You need to get go to the what's the word? You need to go outside the door to the different world.
Right.
And we are the right one to work with you, because we are also, although we are old, okay, but we are also open to new. We're also learning. We want to help you to grow big. And for Brazil, as I said, we only have one student, but it's not a regular international student. We want to learn more. We want to help to grow, have more Brazilian students, and especially in computer science and business. And your idea is great for the 2 years associate degree, then move on to the bachelor degree.
Great. Yes, we're excited about the partnership too. I think it's a great opportunity for Brazilian students to spend 2 years living in Brazil,
Yeah.
and then move to a university
Yes.
and to finish their studies in Kentucky
Yeah.
State University.
I'm proud to say that's the Hayek College. You are the first, and right now is the only partnership in South Africa, South America.
Oh yeah, we're the first partnerships in
Yeah.
South America for
Yes, America.
Kentucky
That's
State
why
University.
for the sun, we are in a different side. That's why we want to have more students from Brazil.
Amazing. I mean, I'm glad to hear that we're moving in a good partnership with you. Um, what type of professional opportunities will the students have on Kentucky State University?
Well, we have a strong team to support the students. So it's, for international, I have a team to support. For me myself, as an international student, in the past I was OPO, one person office. So all the international students call me godfather. I take care of them. Okay. Now I have a team. So that's for our director of international student services. I will call them the American mother of the international students.
Right.
She will take them daily life. Okay. To take care of the students all the way through their graduate and even further the post-graduation life.
Right.
Okay. For then we have the academic side of services. We have a student affairs services. That is I will call it 360 services all around everything. For professional, for example, we are from the Hayek students will be in business and computer science. In computer science, we are working with a couple of companies, well-known companies, to provide intern to our students. That's, for example, for the Microsoft and NASA. You know NASA, right? So they have the scholarship and also provide opportunity for this international student to do some intern. Intern is very, very important for international students. They have the practice, simultaneously they have the experience, work experience. In the future, if they're good, probably when you graduate, they will stay there to work. And business is the same. We are working with the local companies to help the students to do intern and also as you said, professional. We have a career and a professional services to help students, how to build their resume, how to to look for a job, how to write the application letter. That's the interest letter or
Right.
cover letter. Most importantly, we will do a job interview rehearsal.
Right,
Yeah.
right, amazing. There's a lot of support
Yeah.
that you give to the students, and tell us what are the specific traits of academically that Kentucky State can offer in business and computer science for the student.
Okay, great, thank you. The business we have it's combined with technology. So we have just have a new college called Business, Engineering, and Technology. So business will, in the future, in the new trend that business cannot separate from technology, and technology cannot separate from business. That's why we combine these two. That's in the future. And in new one, we will add the data analysis to business. Then can when students graduate, they can place them in a good job marketing. They'll have a good position. And right now we are working on very soon, maybe by October, we're working on the 5-year MBA program. For example, the students they apply for this one, in 4 years they will receive bachelor degree. Simultaneously, in the first year they will take some MBA program. So then another year they will they will earn the MBA, not 2 years. Altogether, the 5 years, not regularly 6 years. Okay. And this in business, also finance, accounting, and so on and so forth. Okay. Also, when student graduates, if they are interested, MBA program by October will be established. We will be. Excuse me, I have allergy. Can I have some
yeah,
water?
get some water, please. Here, let me get some for you.
Because in the past, our MBA team is not listed in STEM. STEM is science, technology, engineering, and math. So, for international students, they have benefit. Each program level, when they graduate, they will benefit from, they have 1 year of practical training optional to work in America, 1 year. That's regular. However, if your major is in STEM, then you are eligible for another 24 months. So altogether, they have 3 years. So we are working on adding the MBA to the STEM list, adding to the courses. We're adding more data analysis and technologies, and also information system. So this will be the STEM. For computer science, right now we have like gaming, networking, cybersecurity, and information system. So as you talked with you earlier, that we are working with at least 6 or 7 companies to work on this.
So the students, even if they're getting an MBA, they will be considered STEM to get a 3-year OPT when
Yes.
they're at Kentucky State University.
Right.
It's a great opportunity for students.
Yes. So if the MBA is not, that's in the past, so they only have 1 year. So within 1 year, if the students could not get the job offer, then he needed to leave the country immediately. So if if this time she can apply for the extension for another tools, then he can gain more experience in this area, and he can get the deep knowledge of the American culture, of the American working environment.
Amazing. Eric, I'm curious about your point of view as a Chinese, and I have my opinions as a Brazilian. But why would someone want to pursue higher education in the United States?
Well, I would be proud to say, and maybe not an exaggeration, okay? The higher education system in the United States, I would not say it's the number one, but at least it's one of the best education system in the world. They have a lot of opportunities, a lot of resources. Most often, they have the freedom of academics for the students and the professor and faculties.
Yes, and just to elaborate on that, do you think that students that are studying in the United States have more professional opportunities?
They have more professional opportunities, and also they will build their academic talents to be academic freedom. That means you can focus on your own academic interest.
So you have a lot of flexibility to choose what you want to do.
And also you can just go straight forward.
Great to hear that. And also a simple answer from my side is that you get higher salaries, right? In the United States, compared to Brazil, at least, you get much higher salaries working and living in the United States.
Yes, and that's also much higher than China.
Right. Yeah. Yes, it's one of the best places for getting jobs.
And also, let's come back to just to add on. Most United students come to the United States because to them, to have a degree from the United States, that means a better chance to get a better job. Better job means a better life. Right. That's the most. That's why we are working with the professional and career services department to offer the training for their not in addition to academic preparation, but also how you search a job, how you write the cover letter, how you prepare how you build up a resume. Build up a resume is very important.
Right.
Yeah, and how you do the job interview. Sometimes you have the experience, your background is very, very strong. However, at the job interview, you don't know how to express yourself.
Right. So, yeah, and it's very important. And universities in the United States give a lot of support for the students, even outside of the class, to prepare them for the interviews, right, and the job market and all those, right?
Yes. So especially for even if not only our services department, but also the classroom teacher. the professor, they
Right.
also offer some opportunities, and also they give them a lot of training to the students.
Great, great.
And most often is that to to be a student in America is the professors, the faculties is train you to be independent. Independent.
Independent.
Yes, you are the independent. You are the unique one. You are the special one.
And that's a culture that I really enjoyed, and I'm glad to hear that Kentucky State brings that in within its courses. And Eric, what's an advice for Brazilian students that you would give if they're considering to choose a college? What would you give them as advice?
I think to advice is be yourself. Okay, as I said just now, you are unique, you are special. So be yourself. However, if you want to come to the States, you need to work hard. Okay, so we mentioned that there are a lot of opportunities in the United States when you graduate. However, the opportunities can only be given to the students who are very well prepared.
Right.
Right? That's why I said, you need to work hard. There is no, free lunch in the world. So you need to work hard to get it.
Right.
Yes. And also, try, before you come to the States, try to learn prior to your arrival, to learn the culture. And of course, because the language. So some culture shock from your language culture.
Right.
In short. So also learn the culture. I know that the Hayek Global College will all the courses will be delivered in English.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So you also try to virtually interact with students or faculty in the United States.
Right. Yes. And I'm very glad that you mentioned that, because students in Brazil should open their minds to opportunities that are outside of the country.
Yes.
And
yes, that's why so the culture shock. Most important is the academic culture shock, and culture shock. That one not only as I also mentioned the plagiarism, but others is the teaching style, learning style, instruction style. For example, there may be teacher-centered, and maybe student-centered. At Kentucky State University and most university in the United States is student-centered.
students, what does that mean?
That's always students, broadly speaking, for the service, students are always the number one priority for the university, at least to Kentucky State University. We always place students number one priority. For me, myself, my president email me, my colleague email me. If I'm busy, I may not respond. I'll wait later. However, the students, international students, come to me, email me, no delay. It's always the number one priority. Okay, this is the service. The service for the others. When the students, what I'm talking about, students first, right?
Right. Yeah.
In academic, you always think about the students. These are international students. They have their unique demands. They need unique services. For example, how about their if they have a homesick, okay, they are because of food difference, because of the lecture deliver, okay, whether it's because of language or just because the teaching style does not match the student's style. When I said student first, the professor, the instructor need to think about this group of students, what their learning style is. You need to do some research about the students.
Right.
So that's the student first.
Right.
Student first. When we say that in instruction, when we say student-centered and teacher-centered, for example, like in China, in the past, I used to be a teacher, okay? So always lecture. I'm just talking.
Yeah.
The student just jotting down. This is the teacher-centered.
Right.
Student-centered, that the professor may not just lecture. I'm just talking about all the day long, all the 3 hours talking, but most usually project based.
Project-based learning.
Or we have a lot of discussion with this topic. I do not lecture too much. I have this the basic framework, then give it to you. You discuss. You have your own opinion. You the American education is to train the students to have your own thought. To your own thought. That is unique. Why most I forgot to say that's most international come to the U.S. They train to be you are individual, you are independent, and you have your own thought. So
Right.
that's why the student centered. There are a lot of instruction, lot of discussions among the students, and some professor even encourage the students to fight against each other about the different topic.
Right.
Yeah, you have your own opinion. There is no right or wrong.
Right.
You need to
Right.
express yourself.
And they encourage the students to
Right.
to
So this is a student from the student. So most of the students, especially from Asian countries, they are very used to the lecture, right? When they come here, what's this? Sometimes because this is a habit, or
Right.
sometimes they are trained very shy. They never question the teacher,
Right.
never question the professor. This way they just listen. So because in grading, the professor when we grade the students the final grade, they will have one of the indicator is attendance in discussion.
Right.
So for Asian students, they just is very shy, didn't say anything. In the beginning, the professor maybe gave him 0 in this grade. But that's why the culture shock is important to train the professors. As I said, not only students, but the professors, they know the culture. They need to encourage the students to be involved, to be engaged.
Right.
They are shy. Okay, their culture is just to listen.
Right, right. And even though the culture in Brazil is different, I think probably China is more like students from China are always good. Like they're always very disciplined and good. In Brazil, it's a bit different, but still the style of lectures usually in universities in Brazil is also lecture based. So it's definitely a refreshment to see, a different type of style that happens in United States and Kentucky State University.
Yes, that's why we need to work together, to adjust each other, to
Right.
learn from each other. For students, that's why you need to, before they arrive, they need to know something about the American, teaching style, working and learning style. And as the host university, we are working together to have the workshops to train let the faculty and professors know the culture is different. Culture is
Right.
different.
Right, right.
Yes.
Exactly. And that's how we work to get the student success and also bridging the gap between cultures.
Yes,
and,
yes.
and-
That now is much better in the past because as I said, the world now is flat.
yeah.
So we already know each other. We know each other. However, it's still difference. If there is no difference, it's not the globe.
Right, right. Exactly. That's a great way to think about it. Is there a question that I should have asked but I didn't yet? Anything else you wanted to mention?
Well, I think you have a lot of questions. But here's one question I should need to ask. Are we ready to work together with Hayek?
Are we ready to work with
Yes.
Hayek?
Yes, we are ready. As I said, we have a team now. So in the past, I said I'm alone. So now we have the service advising, not only services but also advising. Her job is advise the student to maintain the regular immigration status, to keep students maintain the status as a F1 international student, and to be proactive to avoid the student mistakes.
Right,
Yeah, not wait until the student have a mistake.
right.
We need to know first to prevent the student mistakes and do the services. I already talked about a lot of activities doing the services. Now we have a Latinx service coordinator to provide, because we are going to have some students, in the future more. That's Hayek is our first partner. Then we're going to have more, and he's probably in Brazil, right?
Right.
This is we call it a group of Latinx. So we have the special services for this group from
Right.
Latin American, from
Right.
South America. Okay. Now we have ESL program, ESL program. So because the home language, the primary language is Portuguese. So even if it's delivered in English for 2 years, the student may not be so proficient in English.
Right.
They may, have the test score, high test score, but when they arrive, they may not, excel in the classroom because of listening, speaking. They may be good at writing. Okay.
Right.
So for me myself, I was used to be an English teacher, second language English as second language teacher. But when I arrived, I could not understand what they're talking about. So that's why if the student need, we provide ESL program. We have help them to improve their English language. So that's why I said we are ready. Already.
Amazing support. That I'm glad to be able to for our students to count on that type of support.
And also the ESL program will combine with the international pathway, which means when the students apply to our university, they meet all the requirement, just except the English language. So they can come to, we place them into the ESL program to complete the program. We have the instructors, professors to help them to improve English. And once they complete, when we have them the assessment, so then he or she will directly go to the degree program he desired.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, it's amazing to hear all these great stories about Kentucky State University, and we're certainly looking forward for this partnership to go on fruition. And thank you very much for coming today to Brasilia.
Thank you so
talking to
much
us.
for having me here. I'm so happy. So let's work together.
Exactly. Thank you.
Thank you.